This week's episode of the Living Outrageously podcast is brought to you by Audible.com. For a 100% free audiobook of your choice, visit audibletrial.com/LOP.
Welcome to the Living Outrageously podcast. This is the show where we teach you how to stop living a boring life and start living outrageously. My name's Dave Thompson, that is Matt the freaking man Kelly, and this is the show where we teach you the psychology of success, but only for those people that want to step up and take that outrageous life that is there for them. Matt the man, what's going on, brother?
Dave Thompson. Now, I'm feeling good. It's quite late at night, but that's cool. So I'm just chilling here in my comfortable studio that I always podcast from. Dave, you're not in your usual studio. Where are you?
No, man. I'm crouched next to an air conditioning unit in an apartment in South Melbourne.
South Melbourne. So for the folks back at home, that's about a 2 to 3 hour flight from Brisbane.
Yeah,
You're in that bottom right hand corner of Australia there on the map, just above Tasmania.
I'm 1,500 miles away, crouched next to a leaking air conditioning unit, so I can just get enough connection on the power cord to power the laptop while stealing Wi-Fi.
I'm pretty sure the viewers are appreciative. Typically they would not get an episode, but we will not stop because and the guys on Facebook, all the Facebook page likers so far have had a sneak peek into where you are, Dave. Sneak peek, because some pretty crazy stuff's happened since you've been in Melbourne.
Indeed, man, indeed. I've come down here for the Tony Robbins Business Mastery course, right?
Yeah.
So, Tony Robbins, the absolute man, number one in personal development, rated by all the business leaders as one of the top intellects, top minds in business. I've been down here at his seminar, man. And you know what? It's just been absolutely epic, the clarity that I've got from this, but not... I don't want to boast, but I'll just say it, man. I've had two personal discussions with Tony on stage, man.
That is
already.
You're talking about tens of thousands of dollars worth of value just by showing up.
Absolutely. Tony Robbins charges $1 million per year for 12 hours of coaching with his clients.
Yeah.
Right. That's about $80,000, is it?
And we're talking about his clients are people like Andre Agassi, like Bill Clinton.
Yeah.
Man, these are people who've got big budgets and recognise the value, and that's why they spend the money.
$1,000 an hour for this man, and I've just had 15 minutes with him for nothing.
Yeah.
20 grand right there. So, and not only that, the whole freaking conference now knows about the LOP. So I'm like, yeah, happy day.
Amazing.
I came to play, baby.
So let me get this straight. Tony Robbins, the #1 coach in the world by anyone's standards, literally millions of followers worldwide. His messages reach tens of millions of people every year, right?
Right.
So hang on. Let me get this straight. He personally now knows about the LOP?
Personally knows about the LOP.
Wow.
Knows about the LOP. So, man, could not be happier. And it's only day 2, couple more days to go.
Yeah.
And my mind is blown. But today on the LOP, Matt Kelly, we are here to blow the viewers' minds. We're going to lift shit right up.
Yep.
All right. It's a super special quick tip episode.
It sure is.
We're just going to load it up. Matt Kelly, I can't contain my... Just go.
Let's go.
Hit us with
Right.
What's your one first up?
Okay, so we've got a few quick tips each. My first quick tip of the night, okay, we talk about the 80-20. The 80-20 principle, we talk about eliminating the non-essential.
Yes.
What are you doing in your life because that's what you've always done? Not because it achieves the desired result that you want it to achieve, but because you've always done it. We've all got these things in our lives where no matter what the task is, it could be relationships, it could be business, it could be personal, it could be anything. It could be the way you drive to work. What do you do every single day or every single week or every single year that you don't need to do, that isn't achieving it? If you look at your business, if you look at the way you're making money, right? You're literally making 80% of your profit from 20%. It's that 80% of the outcome comes from 20% of the input, right? So if you eliminate like 80% of input, you're still going to get that huge potential gain without the stress, without the problems, without the heartache. Man, it just makes sense to simplify. Why do stuff you don't need to do?
It makes sense to challenge the status quo. Just because they've done it like that doesn't mean that you have to keep doing like that. Doing it like that. Matt Kelly, perfect example from the seminar today.
Yeah.
There was a legal magazine, right? It had 2,200 accounts, 2,200 different accounts that would purchase ads in this magazine. They were just freaking out because they could not afford to market to all those accounts. They couldn't afford to reach all those people. So they go, right, we're going to get smart. We're going to drop the non-essentials.
Yeah. What's wrong, Dave?
I think we're waking a few people up, Matt Kelly. I'm going to have to I'm just going to have to calm it down. All right. So let's get super excited, but in low tones. So there's 2,200 different accounts and they can't afford to reach them all. So they focus in on the non-essentials. They get it down and they do an analysis and they work out that 167 of those accounts are bringing in 95% of the sales.
So why waste their time?
They profile those 167, find the key characteristics, and then they copy and they look for other customers who have those characteristics. They doubled their business. They doubled their business in 3 years.
Listen, it's really simple. We've heard this before. We've read about it before. All you need to do as a viewer right now is look at the tasks that you do all the time and look at the output of each of those tasks. And this is a really simple whiteboard little like, this is what I do, this is what happens, this is what I do, this is what happens. If there's things happening that you don't need, that you don't care about, that you don't want, but you do them every day for the sake of doing them, cut it completely, save the time, do something you want to do. Dave, I think it's that simple. Let's go next quick tip, quiet quick tip.
Awesome. All right, so quiet but very intense and very excited. So my quick tip here is and I picked this one up today. I'd already known it, but it just brought it right home.
Yep.
Invest in yourself. It is the best investment you can possibly make. So a couple of years ago, they asked Warren Buffett, the enormously wealthy financial trader, and they said to him, Warren, in these tough economic times, what is the one thing that you should be spending your money on? What is the one thing that you should be doing to ensure your survival? Yep. And you know what he said? He said, invest in your psychology, invest in your mindset. Become emotionally stronger. Become emotionally more capable. Build that emotional muscle. Oh, I've got to be even more quiet, Matt Kelly.
Okay, let's be more quiet.
Anyway, so build that emotional muscle. That's what he said. Now, in my life, I've always taken that approach. I absolutely love learning, and you know what, man? I will do absolutely anything it takes. I'm currently knee-deep in water next to an air conditioning unit. All right? It's a bit chilly, but I'm learning, man. I'm learning. Make it happen. Learn. Go to seminars, man. Go to seminars where there's like-minded people. You know, Jim Rohn, the great Jim Rohn, personal development guy from many years ago, he said, stand guard at the door to your mind. Only feed your mind good shit. He didn't say that, I just said that. Yeah. But that's what he was saying. Well, feed your mind.
Yeah, the interesting thing here is, though, like, when we talk about investing yourself, we're talking about financially, but we're also talking about just time, right? Like, give yourself the time to go and do the research. Now, invest in yourself could mean go and buy X number of books and learn, absorb that information. We're not talking about going and throwing your every paycheck every single week at something giant. It doesn't need to be that. It just means to take the time to do it, because that knowledge is power, and that's the most powerful thing you can give yourself is that knowledge. That's literally what changes your life going forward.
You know what a lot of people do, Matt Kelly? A lot of superstars, they do an hour of power in the morning. Yeah. Every morning after their exercise, after they've had something nutritious to eat, they'll wake up and they'll go and learn something for 1 hour intensely. Yeah. Intensely. You build that up over weeks, over months, over years, over decades. You are a freaking unstoppable superstar. How can you not... Man, how about this question? What do I need? All right, so you want to live outrageously? You want success? You really want success? What conditions would make it inevitable for me to experience success? I'll tell you what, go do an hour of power. Man,
Nice.
there's so much free shit out there. Like, you don't even have to pay. Like, download the LOP. Like, when in the history of the world would have you got this for free? Except now in 2012. Well, today you're getting it for free, right? Go listen to other podcasts. Go read a book. Go download something.
There's so much out there, and you are currently wasting time in your day, because we all do. So why not make the most use of your time and make it work for you? Awesome quick tip, Dave.
What's up? What's yours now,
right.
Matt Kelly? You got to turn shit right up, because I just turned that up. So
all
bring
right.
Bring it.
Okay, you ready? Confidence.
Yes.
Confidence. We
Yes.
talked about in the previous episode about the circle around you, like blow it right out, make it take the room, circle the room. You've done it, haven't you?
Can I make a point on that?
Yeah.
Real life example, okay?
Yeah.
So yesterday, when I got the mic at Tony Robbins, and I'm up in front of 400 people,
Yeah.
I started to feel like I was shitting myself, and I was like, hold on, fucking Davo Dome, plant that shit. 1 meter out, hold on, all right, it's 1 meter, 2 meters,
Nice.
3 meters, 5 meters, 10 meters, now, fuck yeah. And you know what I said to myself when I spread it right out? I was like, you know what? Now, Tony Robbins and 400 other people, they're up in my grill. They're in my dome.
You are the captain of the home team of the Davo Dome.
And you know what? Without blowing my own horn, you know what the feedback was after that little session where I was speaking with Tony? People came up to me and they were like, "Damn, you had some conviction there."
Wow, isn't that great to hear that feedback?
Anyway, go on.
All right. So we'll go back to confidence, right? Confidence.
Yes.
So the circle, that's confidence. Owning it, knowing it's yours and owning it. Okay, so there's 2 mini tips that I want to give you all to make you feel more confident, okay? In any circumstance. Because when you feel confident, you own it, you have power, you can convince anyone of anything when you are completely confident. You're trying to distract me, stop it. So number 1, okay, mini tip number 1 in the confidence arena, okay, is looking people in the eye. That's why you took the glasses off, isn't it? Looking people in the eye. Because if you can literally stare someone in the eyes, people aren't used to that. People aren't used to it. They're used to in a conversation, people glancing away, picking up the phone, looking around. Man, if you literally get eyeballed, that is a serious conversation. That is a really serious conversation. And they have got no option but to be engaged by that, because they will feel weird and rude if they look away. You have epic control when you do that. It's as simple as staring them in the eyes when you speak, and it's going to feel weird and it's going to require practice, but when you do it, you will feel awesome, right?
That is the work of the samurai.
The samurai, absolutely samurai, 100% samurai, right? There's a second point to that confidence, that general confidence arena, right? And that's looking at people who you see, who you go, man, that person there is confident. That person there is someone I want to be. That person there is an expert, right? I want to be like that. Look at them, assess what they do that makes them look confident. What are their mannerisms? What makes them powerful? And duplicate. Because you know what the samurai does, Dave? The samurai is smart. The samurai looks at what everyone else is doing and goes, that's working, that's not that sloth. Oh, I'm going to do all the ones that are working and ignore the sloth. The sloth can walk away. I don't care, right? So the big action point here, and Dave gave me this little idea, which I love, is think of the people that you love to watch. Go do it for Tony Robbins, okay? Go to YouTube, look them up, watch them presenting, right? In one of those circumstances where you look at them and you're like, that is amazing, they are awesome. Like, I can't get enough of that person in that environment, right? And literally go away, like, have your presentation, have your speech, have whatever you do, and just copy everything that they do. Copy the way they look at people, the way they blink, the way they yawn or sneeze, or the way they project their voice, the volume, the tones. Copy all of it and practice and film yourself and watch it and see what you think. Man, that ongoing, like, that, your confidence will be huge when you know you're learning from the best. You're not making it up yourself.
Absolutely. Can I give you a real life example, Matt Kelly,
Go on,
where
Dave.
this particular point absolutely was brought home to me? So last year I was at a training course, right? And the trainer was, in a past life, she'd been an opera singer. okay?
Nice.
And she's up the front of the room in front of 30 people, and she's teaching us about modeling.
Yep.
How to exactly what you've just said. She goes, all right, 30 people here, let's sing a song. So we started singing Happy Birthday. Sounded like cat's piss,
Yes.
right? It was terrible. It was absolutely shocking. Exactly what you'd expect 30 people to sound like. Awful. Anyway, we started to sing. She's like, all right, forget that. We're going to start to sing Waltzing Matilda, okay, which is a very famous traditional Australian song. If you haven't seen it, go check it out.
YouTube it.
Yeah, YouTube it, Waltzing Matilda. Anyway, and she's like, okay, and we are going to sing this like the Australian choir, okay? Like a top-level choir. And we're going to be doing it within 10 minutes. And the whole room's like, oh, shit. Like, that's not gonna happen.
It's not going to work.
Like, that's never going to happen. Anyway, she's like, okay, suspend disbelief. Just play with me here. What if it could happen? And so, all right, that's the space that everyone's coming from. And she says, I want you to copy exactly what I do. Exactly. If I wave my hand like this, I want you to wave your hand like that. If I blink my left eye 3 times, I want you to do that. If I raise my eyes, you raise your eyes. If I raise my arm like this, you raise your arm like this.
Yeah.
And you know what? Within 10 minutes, it was amazing. It was literally amazing. Everyone was singing in harmony, in time, in pitch. Man, magic happened.
That is crazy.
Copy. You don't need to reinvent the wheel.
Never, ever. The approach shouldn't... Man, why reinvent the wheel when there's people already doing what you want to do? It makes sense, especially if they've got the result that you want. Man, copy it, Dave. Let's go. What's your final quick tip of the night?
Okay, my final quick tip of the night is very, very short.
Yep.
It's something that I picked up today, and it's just 3 letters, or each letter stands for a word. I absolutely love this, and any time that you feel like you're infected with sloth and you need to jump back into the samurai, take the samurai down. Take the sloth down, not the samurai. You want to build the samurai up. This is going to build the samurai up. All right. Everyone thinks they need education to do something, or they need modern education.
Yep.
I'm going to get a good job when I have a degree. When I have a
qualification.
When I have a PhD.
Yep.
All right. I've got a new definition for PhD for you, and it's non-traditional, and it's living outrageously. The new words for PhD: pig-headed determination.
Wow.
You know what the samurai does? He goes out into the field, he finds a pig, he slices off his head, and then that is the determination. Pig-headed determination, pig-headed discipline. In absolutely everything that you do, Matt Kelly. In absolutely everything that you do. And you know what? I'll admit, it is freaking tough to sustain that standard. Personally, it's something that it's a concept that I've picked up from sports. Whenever I play a sport, I am absolutely ruthless. I want to break them, like playing rugby. I want to tackle the guy. I want to steal the ball off him. I want to stand on his neck, break his neck, throw away his head, and then I want to go and do it to his mate. And then I want to score a try and win for my team. And I don't just want to win by a try. I want to win by 1,000 freaking points.
Yep.
And drill them. I want them to remember the name.
Yep.
That is how ruthless I am on the rugby field, man. And you know what? I'll admit it. In business, I've lost a little bit of that.
Yeah, wow.
But you know what? It's still within me because I did it before. I can do it again.
Of course you can.
And if you've never had this pig-headed determination, if you've never had this absolute raw ruthlessness to chase down and get what you want, to get what you're worth, to live that outrageous life, you can develop it, man. You can develop it. Start with little things.
Yeah.
Be ruthless, man. Be ruthless. It would have been so easy for me to go, Matt Kelly, you know what? Can't podcast.
Yeah, it's late at night. I've had a long day. You've had a really long day today. Man,
it's super. I've been in the conference room for 15 hours and I've already done 2 training sessions for the North Face and beach handball, and now I'm knee deep in water next to an air conditioning unit while having to be quiet because I'm pissing off neighbours.
Yeah.
Dude, pig-headed determination. And this might be an example of that for me, but I'll admit I don't do it always, and that's the challenge.
Yeah.
That's the challenge that the sloth throws at you. How much do you want it? The samurai will take the pig and cut the pig's head off, and then just Matt Kelly, you've got another quick tip.
Okay, the final quick tip of the night, right? And this is my personal favourite. I got this from a David Siteman Garland interview, right? He did it last week on the Rise to the Top podcast. I can't remember who he interviewed, but that's fine. If you go back over the archives, I'm sure you'll find it. The person he interviewed had this example, right? He said, people come to me all the time with their information product, or their product that they've designed, and I go, that's nice, like, good work, you did that, well done, but before you try and sell that, stop. I think the following tip is amazing, okay, because what this does is it tells you, ultimately, what my product should be, or like what topics I should target, or what my niche should be, really, because we're all experts in our own little fields, but if you had to write a book tomorrow, what would it be about? Right? You've got ideas, but is that really what you want? Is that what you're passionate about? Do you know what you want? Do you know what you're passionate about? So there's an exercise, and the exercise goes like this. Step 1, okay? Imagine like a crowd of like 500 people, the most engaged people in what you're saying. So imagine the types of people they are, the industries they work for, their personal interests. This is your money crowd. This is the crowd that is going to give you heaps of money because they want to hear every word that you say. Okay, and these are the people that you want to engage. Okay, so imagine 500 of them. Now, second point, imagine the event that they're at. So imagine it could be an industry function, like an industry conference. It could be a huge event, like a South by Southwest or a blogger event or something huge, right? Whatever the big conference is, imagine that conference and imagine your 500 people sitting at that conference. Now imagine right now, the owner, the person who's created that conference calls you, okay, and says, all right, you've got the first session of the day. On the first day, it's a compulsory session. You've got 2 hours or whatever it is, 3 hours, okay? You're a keynote speaker to say whatever you like, okay? So you know you've got the number one audience you want at the number one event that you want, okay? And you know that you've got them engaged for the first 3 hours of the entire conference, okay? Now, go to your calendar, pick out the date of that conference, and write 9 a.m. speaking at conference. Okay, even though this is all imaginary, this is all made up, right? Write it in your calendar. Now go away and start to write your presentation. It might be doing PowerPoint slides. It might be, getting props together or whatever. Write your dream presentation you would do to these people that you know they would be engaged in and you know that you want to tell them. What is the stuff that you have to tell them? What's the most important thing going on in your brain? What has to come out? What has to escape, right? The samurai is bashing inside your brain going, put this out, give them this knowledge, right? That's what the samurai's doing, okay? Write the presentation, okay? On the morning of that conference, and this isn't like, I'm not saying anything airy-fairy, like if you wish you'll get there. It's not like that. You wake up that morning of that conference date, even if it's 6 months away, you set up a video camera or the webcam, okay? And you present the presentation to your webcam. You get dressed up in your suit, or you get dressed up in whatever your clothing is that's relevant for that conference, and you do that presentation. And you do it for that full 3 hour time period. You make up mock questions that you answer, whatever it is. But you be absolutely convinced that this is what I need to talk about to this group of people. Even if it's just to your camera that you're recording, right? When you walk away from that and you go back over that recording, that's your topic. That's what you're passionate about. That's what your product should be. It might be as simple as taking that product, the transcript, like literally making a transcript of it, and elaborating a bit, and you might have it. It might be all there on paper. That might be everything that you stand for right there. So cool. I can't take full credit for this. It is someone else's. I did hear it on the Rise to the Top podcast, which is an amazing podcast and I love. But I honestly, when I heard that, I was like, it's massive. It is massive. That is so much value. I couldn't believe it. Like, it helped me. I was like, yeah, I need to go start writing my presentation like tomorrow. Now, why haven't I done this yet? So good, so good. So that's an awesome little sneaky quick tip for you to find exactly where you should be spending your time.
I love it, Matt Kelly. I love it. And you know what? When I hear that story, you know what I'd talk about? I'd talk about living outrageously.
Of course you would. Buddy. Of course you would.
Yeah, buddy. All freaking day.
Of course
all
you
day.
would.
All day, no matter where I am.
That's it. That's it.
Where are we at?
All right, So should we do some shout outs, Dave? Because we've got a lot of activity in the last few days.
And we've been connecting with a lot of the viewers, which has been fantastic, man.
Yeah.
And we've been getting a lot of their feedback, and just compiling stuff. Like, everyone's got ideas, and it's awesome. We've had some amazing ideas. And you know what, Matt Kelly? As soon as I get out of knee deep next to an air conditioning unit on a internet connection that I haven't stolen, then it's time to make some shit happen, man.
Let's do it. We're all excited.
Who we got?
All right, so I'm going to start with some iTunes reviews. 3 new reviews this week. One from our good mate Simon in Australia, who we know personally now. Legend. Simon, thank you so much for all of your recent participation. It is awesome.
Is that the Simon Sphere?
The Simon Sphere. Yes, the Simon Sphere. Okay. I've got it on my little... Oh, by the way, sneaky quick tip. Buy a MacBook Air. These things are awesome. So, I've got it on this computer here. Right. Now,
Okay.
I had to read this, okay? Because usually we don't read... Like, we do sometimes read the whole reviews. He's written a lot there, and it's amazing material. But there's one thing I want to say here, right? Life is short. It may seem like 80 years is ages, but the first 10 years, you were just sorting out how to walk, talk, and not pick your nose in public. Okay, the next 10 were about acne, exams, and for most, staying under the radar of any number of sources of embarrassment. There you go for 25% of your life, and you have achieved nothing. Okay? At the other end, there may be 10 to 20% that you spend where you are too tired, ill, or already dead to enjoy much of what is going on, okay? So that's at least 35% taken care of. So now you only have 50 or so years left. Sounds like a lot. Well, if you meander along trying to make sense of the world on your own, you could eat up an awful lot of time trying to sort it all out. What's the answer? Get help, get a guide, get a heads up on where the expressway to awesomeness is. He went on there, like, honestly, Simon, that is the most detailed review I've ever read, first of all. So thank you. That's gonna... I don't know what I would think if I read a podcast and that was the review. It is very, very well written. I can tell you're a scientist, first of all. That is amazing. So
he's also a stand-up comedian, you know.
And opera singer.
And opera singer.
No, this isn't even lies. Simon is a legend.
And a sushi chef?
I don't know, was he? He might be.
Maybe when he's on stage.
Oh, there you go. Sure, why not?
Yeah.
All right. Simon, thank you very much. We appreciate the iTunes review. Over to Canada real quick. So, Domino Down, okay? Domino Down said to us, the subject line, and I love this, this has to be the most underappreciated podcast on iTunes. Thanks, we appreciate that. We appreciate it.
Oh yeah.
These guys are straight shooters. They continue to surprise me with some insightful comments that I think should be common sense, but for whatever reason, they just aren't. It just isn't for the general population. Cool. Thank you, Domino Down. And to Canadian teacher in Abu Dhabi. That is the username. Sloth Beware. Hey guys, been catching up on your podcast for the last few weeks every morning in the cab to work. You help me get ready and slay the sloth in myself and my students every day. What? That is amazing. Thank you, Canadian teacher. We love that. We love that. Thank you.
Awesome, man. How is that?
Yeah, if you like the iTunes reviews, it's massive. Listen, the iTunes reviews actually really help us. Thank you. Seriously, they really do help us because when people find the show and they see the rating could mean anything, but when they actually read a review, if you took the time to write a review, that says a lot. So we really appreciate that. Just real quick, emails, thanks to Jerry, Joey, and Sean, and Connor. Connor wrote a freaking fable. You read that, didn't you, Dave? Connor has written an epic fable.
Can I just say a quick thing about that fable?
Do it.
Connor, if you haven't written a fable before and that was your first one, man, that was amazing.
We're not talking about a couple of sentences here. This is a legit, long story.
Man, I was so captivated by it when I read it, and I got to the end, I was just like, that could have been in any book.
Yeah.
Like, amazing stuff, man. Amazing stuff. Keep it coming. Keep it coming.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, Connor, if you're happy to, I'm not going to go post it on the page, but I would like you, if you're happy to post a link to that on the LOP Facebook page so everyone can enjoy it because, come on, it's awesome. Yeah. We love it, so why not? Also, quick thanks to the Facebook interactions to Joey, Simon, Michael, and Ivana.
Oh, yeah.
Ivana. Stephanie, who bought the Business Model Generation book. Awesome.
Oh,
We both love that book. We use the canvas all the time. You'll get massive value out of it. So thank you.
Let us know how that goes, Stephanie.
Yeah, definitely. When you get a new idea or even an existing idea, take that canvas and canvas your ideas. The Business Model Canvas is an awesome one. And also, Eric and his aerodome, Dave. Did you see that snowboarding photo?
Oh,
Are you kidding me? Eric is amazing.
I saw that and I was like, he didn't, did he? I'm like, yes, he did.
Yeah, he did. It's just insanity. Eric,
we're getting like chronic sunburn here, and Eric to the Svensson is going tits deep in
just
town.
tearing it up, literally tearing it up.
Oh, good work, man. Like seriously, that's awesome. That is so cool.
If you like the show and you want to hit us up on the email, livingoutrageously@gmail.com. Give us the iTunes reviews. They do really help us, and we really appreciate it. We're reading it on the show. And also, hit us up on Facebook. That's where a lot of the conversations are going. We're starting to see some good collaboration going on, and everyone's talking about their little sneaky quick tips and whatnot. So jump on the Facebook at facebook.com/livingoutrageously.
And the blog, livingoutrageously.com.
Yeah.
And if people want to get in touch with Matt the Man Kelly, where are you at, brother?
I am at twitter.com/Matthew Kelly and mattkelly.com.au.
Awesome.
And
Awesome. And we're also hit us up on email, livingoutrageously@gmail.com. Matt Kelly, I'd like to throw out just a bit of a comment to the viewers. This has been our first quick tip only episode.
Yeah.
If you've liked it, please hit us up. If you haven't liked it, then hit us up as well. We just love to know your feedback. It was sort of brought on by slightly difficult circumstances, and my knee is getting very sore now because I've been 33 minutes in a pile of water on a concrete floor. So
you've done well, Dave. I'm sure everyone appreciates it.
So Matt Kelly,
you made the time. But before we run, quick one. So audible.com, we won't do a detailed book tip today, but if you want to go on there, I recommend checking out some biographies, personally.
Yes.
When you talk about that confidence and mirroring, go on to audibletrial.com/LOP. 14-day free trial. Dave's moving around there. He's clearly in a lot of pain. All right, 14-day free trial. They've got 100,000 titles. Just go and get a book on us and check it out. We think that you'll like it. Also, Dave, something else. This might sound crazy. I'm going to throw it out there. Now, I like to think I know a little bit about the internet. I'm struggling with something here. I'm struggling.
Okay.
Living Outrageously does not have a Wikipedia page. Now, I don't know if that's something you ask for or whether it's just done, but
how does that happen?
If there's any, well, I know you can submit articles and you can go and submit something for approval and whatever else. But if there's anyone out there that's in that little community, in that tight-knit Wikipedia community that, loves what Jimmy Wales is doing with Wikipedia, and, there's a lot of love there that you could, I don't know what we would do. That would be some epic reward for that person, but
we would send them 50 pounds of Nature's Organic Turning Point.
Maybe. By the way, Nature's Organic, thanks again for the Turning Point. We've got big plans for the Turning Point because every day should be a turning point in an LOP liver's life. So yeah, Wikipedia it up. So Dave, do you have anything else? My list is gone.
Well, no, that's pretty much it, Matt Kelly. It's been a very eventful episode. My knee needs now replacement, and I've got in trouble from units at 4 different locations, above, below, and to both sides. So I think that's about a wrap.
That's the commitment, Dave. Thank you. And people on the Facebook, hit us up. Thank Dave for his efforts tonight because it is extremely late. He was up very early at this conference all day. Still made the time. He's still he's going to be the next episode. He's still away, but hopefully up near Sydney, Dave. So we'll see how we go there. Hopefully we get some solid internet and some good sunny skies for your podcasting pleasure.
Indeed, Matt Kelly. I think there's only one thing left to say, or do we say 2 things now?
We can say 2 things. Go on.
We can say 2 things.
2 quiet things.
The first one is you won't let the sloth win, will you? And the second one is if you want a boring life, go sit in a cubicle. My name's Dave Thompson. That's Matt the freaking Man Kelly. We will see you on the other side.